Hey, it's Necktie. Welcome to a new series where I start from zero and see how long it takes to put $5 million in the bank. To put that $5 million number into some context, on my main profile, I currently have 199 hours played, 108,116 miles driven. I own 10 large garages. I own 50 trucks and 50 drivers. I own 26 trailers, and I currently have 3.1 million in the bank. Now, I have wasted a lot of money in that process, so I don't know if it'll be quicker, if it'll take longer. I'm not really sure. I also haven't decided if I'm going to take loans out in this process. So I think I may leave that up to you guys. So comment down below if you think I should be able to take out loans or not. And in this episode, it's pretty much going to be a beginning episode. So I'm going to treat it as if you're a new PC player and have never touched this game. So I'm gonna start at the basic level with Steam and go through that whole process. So if you're somebody that's already played this game or a little more advanced, you may just want to completely skip this episode, or you may want to continue watching because there may be something that you learn throughout it. So with that being said, let's just get right into it. Okay, if you're new to PC gaming, I have the Steam client up here, but you may not know what that is. So you're going to have to go to steam.com and download that. Once you have that downloaded and installed, you'll have to create a profile. As with pretty much everything nowadays, you have to create a profile. But once all that's done, you'll go up into the search here, and then you can type in American Truck Simulator or get close to it. And there it is right at the top. And then you just click on it. And if you're really interested, it's currently only $5 for the base game. Word of caution on that. The base game comes with 3 maps. So you'll only have California, Nevada, and Arizona. But as you see down here, there's DLCs for Montana just came out. Texas is still in the works, hopefully coming out soon. But then you have all of these other states, Wyoming, Colorado. I'm not going to name them all because you guys can read. I did some quick math, so don't hold me to this. But if you wanted to buy the game today with all of these sale prices, it's roughly $50 for the base game and then all of the DLC maps. So not too terribly bad when you consider most new games are $70 anyway, and that doesn't have any DLC. Another thing you will want to do, and I'm just going to show this now because it will come into play in a little bit, but that'll be better. But you may want to also go to worldoftrucks.com and create an account. And as you can see here, it gives me some stats, which I will explain a lot of this in game. But World of Trucks allows you to take different contracts in the game. And that's basically what this is. And then it also keeps a logbook of everything you've done. You can take pictures in the game and submit them. And that's what this is up here too. There's a gallery of user submitted photos from all over the world. Euro Truck Simulator as well. Go back to my page here. So the favorites is just if you favorited any of those photos. And then again, you have your logbook. It shows you what you've done in each game, either European. Obviously, I haven't played European Truck Simulator yet. I have it downloaded. I just haven't played it. And then there's different events. Like they did a community event when Montana dropped. And I think as a community, we had to travel 10 million miles or something like that. And then obviously you unlock different things. Like, for example, this mountain goat plush is a thing that you can put in your passenger seat in the accessories, which is way above where we're at right now, but I'll explain all of that stuff when we get to it in later episodes. And then you can customize your profile. So you can set your global, how you want stuff, your European, and then your American. And then you can also set your license plates if you don't want to have base game license plates. So for mine, I have Arizona. Pick your region. And then as you'll see in game, some may be like, how did you get your picture as a profile picture in game? This is how. You upload it to your World of Trucks, and then you tie it together that way. Okay, and with that, let's get into boot up ATS here. So when you boot up the game for the first time, I honestly can't remember if it automatically just you have to create a profile, like it brings you to that screen. I can't remember. I will tell you, you will not get this screen for sure, because this is a mod I'm running that allows me to use an Android tablet as a extra dashboard, which I can get into in later episodes as well. So at this point, as you can see, that's my primary one. I'm going to go back to the level 0, and for this I'm going to click on manage profiles, because I'm going to show you guys how to create a profile. But like I said, it's probably going to be a default to that's what you have to do when you first log in. So you're probably going to see a screen like this. You just type in your name, select what gender you want, and this is where you select a picture, and see these are all the base game pictures. And obviously, if you check this one over here, you get the ladies. So, and then once you do that, so then you pick a preferred truck design, whatever truck you want to do. I'm a Peterbilt fan, so that's what we do. And then you create or pick one of these for a company logo. And then you type in whatever your company name want to be, Jackass Logistics, whatever you want it to be. Your language, use Steam Cloud means that it saves a backup of your game. And then you just hit create. Once you do that, the next thing that's probably going to pop up is this input wizard. So what this does is, if you have any controllers, obviously you can read here. So for me, I would select controllers because I have a steering wheel, pedals, all of that stuff. And then that goes through and basically recognizes everything. I'll go into that a little more so it makes sense. Okay, so we've created your profile. Oh, one thing I did want to mention. We'll go back into, I'll go to edit profile. So the World of Trucks thing, right here, when you go into edit your profile, the online account, this is where you put in your World of Trucks information at. And you can do remember passwords so you don't have to type it in every time. And then once you have that done, this DLC browser, if you remember on Steam, the maps and everything, you can also do that from here. So everything with the blue dot, obviously, it says installed, so that's the Wyoming map. Mod Manager, I'm going to open this up, but I'm going to go into this in depth in a later episode, because in this first episode, maybe first two, I'm not running any mods. And for those that don't know, mod is just short for modification. So as you can see, this adds different stuff in the game. Like this tractor is not in the base game as cargo. So, and there's different sounds, engines, traffic packs, So as you'll see when we get to driving today, the trailers aren't like you would see normally, but I have mods that make them seem like it's normal. So they have actual companies on them. And then once you do that, you're going to click on continue. And then this is probably going to boot you right into a tutorial. Like something like that, but not really. But since I haven't done this yet, that's why it boots me directly into this, but I don't want that. So we're going to shut that off, and we're going to go back to the menu by hitting the escape key. Okay, so up here, this shows us our current job in progress. But that's basically what the tutorial is going to walk you through, is that first job. But I'm going to cover this stuff so we don't have to do it later. But this is where you get all your loads at. So you click on the job market, and this is the only one we can do right now is quick jobs. Because as you see down here, you have to have your own truck for that one. This one, you have to have your own trailer. These external contracts are the World of Trucks contracts. So that's what all of those are. This is your world map. So as you can see, the only city right now we have discovered is Tucson. And like I said, if you just buy the base game without any of the other maps, you just have California, Nevada, and Arizona. Now, one thing about this too is how we haven't discovered any other city. We can't get loads from those cities until we've actually discovered them. And then on this too, you can zoom in using your scroll wheel if you want to get closer so you can see where rest areas are, or businesses. Where the beds are rest areas where you can sleep. A wrench means it's a shop where you can get your truck worked on. And then gas pumps. These little question marks are places we have yet to discover. A lot of times, for example, this one right here, I guarantee is a truck dealership because it not only has resting, but it has a wrench. This one over here is probably a recruiting center for when you can hire drivers. And then since we're here, I'll just show you how the quick job thing works. So it just comes up like this. And since we don't own a truck, we're basically a company driver. So for instance, if we selected this load right here to take job, it just pops us in that truck, hooked to that load, and we just go. We don't have to drive anywhere and get it. There's also convoy mode if you like to do multiplayer. However, I have not done convoy mode yet, so I'm not gonna speak any much more on it because I don't entirely know how it works. But you can convoy up with your buddies. Quick travel, this allows you to just obviously quick travel to a city, but since we don't have any other cities, we can't quick travel. There is a radio in the game. You can add your own music, and it shows you where to do that there. Or they also have actual internet radio stations. I'm not going to play because obviously I get a copyright strike and YouTube gets all mad. But there's a ton of them in here. But this one right here, this classic rock out of Boston, is basically what I listen to most of the time. Emails. That is where in the game you'll get emails from different things. You'll see that pop up here shortly. This is just a photo thing where you can go into photo mode, create cool shots of the scenery and whatnot of your truck. The vehicle browser, this is something that I should probably have used a little more, because I'll just buy stuff and put on my truck and then realize I don't like it and basically lose money. But this here is you can come in here and experiment with stuff. So for example, you can change the cab if you wanted to, or see what that looks like. And then this also tells you what level they unlock at. And then this is your chassis. So you have all of these chassis you can put on it with different fuel tanks. These are all your engines you can do. All your transmissions you can select from. And then you can do interior. Can change the paint color. And then accessories, and each one of these little dots does something. So you can, I've literally spent about an hour and a half to 2 hours customizing a truck before. So I will try and make that process quicker when we get to that point. And then the save and load. The game saves automatically, so even if you exit out, it saves it automatically. But if you wanted to save it for whatever reason, you can do that. If something happens, you can come in here and you can hit load game, and you can load one of the auto backups, because the game will save throughout your session that you're playing as well. Okay, so now for a big one. Graphics. This is going to come down to all personal preference, but I'm just going to scroll down here for those that are interested and want to screenshot my settings. If you're like, damn, his game looks really good, how is he doing that? So that's graphics settings. Same with audio. These are all personal preference, but you can change all of this stuff in the game. And I'll just slowly go down this too in case anybody is interested. Oh, why isn't this checked? Oh, because it's a new profile. Okay, so here we go. We're learning. I'm going to turn on enable voice navigation. And I believe that's the one I use. And then you can preview it too. Speed warning. If you have this on, if you're going over the speed limit, she'll yell at you and say that you're going over the speed limit, or you can just have it play a sound. I don't want either of those. The CB radio thing is for multiplayer in Convoy. I don't want a backup beeper because that's annoying. Okay, so that's that. Gameplay. This is just your desktop theme in the background. So as you can see behind this window, if I change this, it just changes your garage background there. And then you can randomize it if you want to. I just leave it. So the game settings, fatigue simulation. If you turn this off, you never have to sleep. I keep it on because I'm trying to play as realistic as possible. Same with the traffic offense. If you don't want to get fined for running a red light or stop sign or whatever, or hitting another car, then you can turn that off. Preferred job length, I've just kept this on 50%, but it basically, if you only prefer shorter jobs, just run it all the way to the left, and then it's only going to recommend shorter jobs for you. But they also pay less. Route advisor speed limit. Okay, so this one in your route advisor, which we will get to once I get into the truck, that's going to show your truck speed. So you know how there's 75 and whatever, but like California, the whole freaking state, the trucks are 55. Yeah, that's so it'll show you 55 what the truck speed limit is. Automatic parking dialogue, I'm going to leave on for now just to show you guys. I normally don't have that on though. Basically what that does is anytime you pull in somewhere to park, it's automatically going to pop up with a menu so you can select how you want to do it, basically. And then if you don't want the route advisor at all, you can just hide it. And then all of that stuff. Parking difficulty. You can leave this on always select, but for me, I'm going to do skilled parking. The always select is just that. So when you pull in somewhere, it's going to pop up with that parking dialog, and then it's going to ask you if you just want to, you know, quit, or if you want to have them help you park, or the skilled parking. Obviously, if you do skilled parking, you get more experience points so you can level up quicker. Random road events is just that. That's basically detours, traffic slowdowns, construction, that sort of thing. And then rain probability, same thing, just how much you want it to rain. Time zones I put as full info. Show cutscenes is fine. Show blockers, disable with caution. Okay, so this is a new one that they just put in. I'm gonna leave this on for now so you guys can see it, but there will be big X's on some roads where you can't drive. The roads are there, but it's for looks. You can't drive on them, so that's what that does. This will be a big one for most of you if you have a shifter like I do. So these are my settings because I have an actual shifter. If you don't have to have a shifter. You can do real automatic or simple automatic. So you never have to shift if you don't want to. Which nowadays, most company trucks that companies are buying are automatic, so there's that. So that's why I don't have that, because I'm not doing sequential shifting. Steering auto center keyboard or gamepad only does just that. If you're using the keys and let up off the key, it auto centers. This is all for if you have a wheel and pedals. So that's where I have my stuff set. Advanced trailer coupling, yes. I need to check my main profile because I don't know if that's where those are set. Trailer cables. So this is if it's going to show cables, the trailer cables in the game. Clear in all traffic trailers. Yes, that's what I wanted on. Okay. Truck speed limiter, if you want to be governed at a certain speed, by all means. I don't know why. Word of caution though, world of truck contracts are governed at 65 miles an hour. Rain sensor, this is new. I haven't played with it, but basically if it's enabled and you have your wipers on the first notch, so like low basically, or I mean intermittent, and it starts raining, they're going to automatically start. So that's what that is. Automatic retarder and engine brake I have off because I like to have control of those. Automatic engine, oh, that's why it started. I don't want that. I want to be able to start and stop my own stuff. I don't want that. I don't want those automatically to drop either because I control that. I do want that on, and I want realistic fuel consumption on. Cruise control step. So this is if you have the cruise control set and you hit up, it'll bump you up 5 miles an hour. And then the smart cruise control is 3. So automatic blinker turn off, yes. Cabin accessory physics, yes. Camera settings. For the steering camera rotation, if you check this, and then this is a slider, anytime you turn the wheel, your person is also going to turn their head. It's kind of cool, but also kind of annoying, so I leave it off. Actually, I'll turn it on just so you guys can see, but I'm going to turn this down a little bit. You can also do it with blinker, but if you do the blinker, it just automatically, so if you have your right blinker on, it just automatically snaps your view to the right, so you're constantly looking out that window. And then we go down to the language settings, so you set this however you want it. Show secondary names and map. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to check it. I like 24-hour clock. Miles, pounds. What is this? Pounds, long time. We'll just keep it in pounds, is fine. Fahrenheit, yep. Consumption units. I want MPG US gallons, okay. Chat settings for multiplayer, convoy settings, if you don't want name tags. Okay, now this next screen, keys and buttons. Keys and buttons, keys and buttons. This is all going to be personal preference on however you want it. And as you can see mine, like for this one, joy button 23, joy button 36. I will explain that in a minute, because we'll probably have to come back to this screen to finish that up. But this is all the stuff you can do. And then obviously if you do something in here and get screwed up, you can hit unassign. I mean, reset to default, and it'll reset everything to factory default. But there is all of that stuff. And in order to do something, you just click it, and obviously it says press any key. I don't want to map anything into that, so I'm just going to hit the escape key, and it just clears it. So that's keys and buttons controls. Okay, so you remember on this one, joy button 36, joy button 4, the parking brake, joy button 4, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is my button box. So that's how they have it. So just the joy button was my steering wheel. And as we scroll down here, you're gonna see joy button 2, which is my pedals. So that's how all that stuff is. And that input wizard I was telling you about, which is also down here. So if you add something new or change something, you can come down here and it will redo everything. Or if you know it's already connected, you can come down here and select it. Like, see, this is picking up my Razer Tartarus V2, which is like a second keyboard, but I don't use it for this, so that's why it's on Club Sport Shifter. So, and this is all of those settings. This is also where you select the type of transmission you have. And then this is what my settings are for my force feedback. And then see, here's the steering. So the joy axis, that was in that first spot up there, which is the wheel. So if I turn my wheel, see how the yellow goes? Same thing for acceleration. Press the accelerator and it goes. Now, if you have separate pedals like I do, like I have the Moza pedals, so they aren't tied into the bass, they're a separate input. And I had a hell of a time figuring out why my pedals weren't working. Well, that's because it's just like the other stuff. If you tap there, tap your accelerator, it gets it. But for some reason it puts it inverted, so then you have to center it. Same way with your brake. So it thinks my brake is applied right now, but it's not. So if I put that on center and then hit my brake, why isn't it? Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. It was normal. That's what I want, normal, not centered. Okay. Got it. So that is all your controls. And then if you do have a shifter like me, this is where it gets really fun. So I have I like 18 speeds, so that's what I selected, was an Eaton Fuller 18 speed. Then I have it set as advanced. And then for my split, I have clutch or throttle. What that means is when you split gears, you can either push in the clutch to do it, or you can just let off the throttle. Letting off the throttle is much easier. And then you have to go and map your shifter, is basically how that is. And then the shifter toggle 1 and 2, that's my range selector on my shift knob, and that's my splitter. And then if you do have a separate shift knob like that, make sure this is checked so it knows it's a toggle, because if it doesn't, it's not going to work. There are plenty of videos out there too that show you how to set one of those up if you have one. It's not hard at all, honestly. So that is the controls. I'm sorry, I forgot one. Online presence. So that'll just show you news and spotlights on the screen when you log in. And then all of these things over here, you can see are kind of grayed out with the exception of a couple of them, but because we're new, we have to unlock, and it's touchy on where you put your cursor. Okay, right there. So no skills are currently available. Level up to unlock this. Same with truck dealers, we haven't found any, so we don't even own a truck, so we can't buy a trailer, can't upgrade a truck because we don't own it. Same thing, same thing. Diagnostics, what does that? Okay, so that just tells us diagnostics of our current company truck that we're driving. And then the vehicle adjustments, you can do that in this screen, but I'll show you in the, I'm going to do that before we take off here. And then this is our company, SSDD Logistics. Anybody know what that stands for? That would be same shit, different day logistics. So we have one garage, which is in Arizona. We have no trucks and no money for the last 7 days. We start with 1,500. I guess that's, I don't know, we completed training or something, I guess, maybe. I have no idea where that came from. Maybe it just starts you. And this is the same thing. Since we don't own anything, we can't do any of this. So with that being said, there's only one thing left to do, and that's come over here and hit drive. So now that we're in here, I'm going to hit F2, is going to take that, put that mirror in, and then that mirror. So F2 cycles through those mirrors. I want F4. And that's going to bring up that vehicle adjustment screen that you saw on the other menu. Because you can come in here and you can adjust all that. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to adjust my mirrors. So as you can see, if I hit A, it moves it out. So I want that just like that. And then if you do small left, that's going to be the bottom. And I run all of those down just like that, because that's what I used to do in real life on my truck. So yes, I'm setting my mirrors up exactly how I had them on my truck, because it works perfectly. Bring that down all the way out. Okay, and then if we had the hood mirrors, that's what those would be. The side mirror is this one up here that points straight down. So now that our mirrors are adjusted, we can adjust the seat. So this is your field of view. So as you can see, you can move in closer if you wanted to, or you can move all the way out here, which is completely unrealistic. But you could be sitting out like that. That looks kind of dumb. I'm going to put that to default. I think I put this on 75 is what I normally do. And then I move my seat all the way back. And then I move this all the way up. No, I move that all the way down. That's how I do that. And then I move this all the way up. And then I go back and adjust. And I have to go back in because I'm trying to get my steering wheel just above those gauges. That's how I like it. I'm gonna lose some of this screen down here where my pointer is, because when you turn your blinker on in high beams, that's where those show up. But okay, so that's pretty good. We also have, you see that little blue box in the center of the steering wheel, or the center of the windshield, I mean, that's a pre-pass. So that's for way stations, which the little green light on those actually work too. Even though this is a base game truck, if you see where the turn signal knob would be there by the steering wheel, that will actually move up and down as I hit the blinker. In the bottom right corner, that's your route advisor screen. And this is probably one of the first mods I'm going to add to the game because I hate this box there. You can get rid of it, but I'm going to leave it up there for your guys' benefit. But as you can see, it says F5 above that little compass thing. So if you hit F5, that changes your zoom level on your GPS. If you hit F6, that's your load info. So we have 5 hours and 46 minutes remaining to get that load there. And 13 hours and 8 minutes before we sleep. That's one thing I don't necessarily like about the game, is they go off your 14-hour duties day instead of the actual drive time. But either way, that's just one of the things, but I get it. It's fine. Which I think you should have 14 hours to drive anyway in real life, so there's that. F7, hopefully we'll never have to use this screen, because this is the one, if you see right there where it says View Services and Adjustments, if you do that, that's how you call a tow truck. And if you call a tow truck, that means you screwed up really bad. Which, if you watch my previous American Truck Simulator video, you'll see me use that because I screwed up. F8 is short messages, never use it, no clue what it is, and F9 is chat, so I don't know what that is. So you just hit F5 to go back to this. And then for your camera views, camera 1 is inside your truck. Camera 2 is that view, and we're taking a load down to Nogales there. And I'm just moving my mouse around to do that. And then 3 is a top view. Number 4 is a top of the cab view. 5 is that view. 6 is a bumper cam. 7 is that one. And then 8 is it's almost like a helicopter flyby, which it's not going to do it here because we're not moving. And then 9 just cycles through everything. So how about we get started? Oh wow, now she talks to me when get the truck started. Alright, let's get this done. I knew this was going to be a long video, but we're already at 41 minutes, so... And I don't know how long these videos are going to be. I'm going to try and keep them manageable, but when we get to start doing longer loads, I'm probably just gonna cut them when we have to take a break, is probably what I'm gonna do. Alright, no one going, good.
Turn left. Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
I don't think that's a voice I have normally, but we'll go with it. Oh wow, nice. Another reason I want to get mods in here, because I don't like these base game transmissions. You hear that grinding every time I shift gears too? Yeah. There's a mod that makes that more realistic.
Get ready to turn right. Turn right. Keep right and then exit right.
Exit right. Oh yeah, we're going to Nogales, that's why. And the next video, for those wondering where I'm at on the screen right now, I didn't want me on there taking up space during that other stuff, so in the following videos I'll be down in the bottom left for those that like looking at my ugly ass. So if you look down on the bottom right too at the GPS screen, how the road is like a gray color in front of us, but it's turning yellow. That means that's the first time we've ever been on this road, so we're discovering it. I need to hop back in and make sure that there's nobody to the left because I gotta pass this guy. One of the other mods I have too is one that actually adds more traffic. So I may actually put those in before the next episode, just so it's all more have some more realism to it, instead of all of these fake companies.
Keep right and then exit right.
Oh, okay. Oh, we're here already. Didn't take long to make that hour-long trip, did it?
Turn right.
I must have my camera movement turned too low. Well, I guess it does a little bit. Alright, so where are we going? Up here on the left.
Get ready to turn left.
Oh, is this a construction site?
Turn left.
Coming by, car.
You have arrived at your destination.
What up, dude? I'm here.
Guidance is now finished.
Oh, am I gonna hit that fence? I think I'm gonna hit this fence. Huh? That guy's yelling at me. Wow, way to go. First vid tie and you're already screwing shit up. Is there anybody behind me? No, good. Because I need to make this a little wider. You just stay right there, car. Actually, no, you can leave because I'm gonna need all of that lane there. Yes, thank you. No, you can go, car. See, this is another thing I hate about this game. Like, why would they stop? They're acting like it's a stop sign. Let's go, people. Holy crap. Alright, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna go then. Oh, now you go. Huh. I probably went too far. I did. That's fine. We'll get her in there. Don't hit that. Hop back in here. Okay, see those flashing lines over there? Remember how I have it on... It wasn't called difficult parking, was it skilled parking? And there was nothing at the gate there when I came in. Okay, so see right down, we're close to this. So see how it says down on the bottom right to skip parking the trailer and complete the delivery? You can just hit one of those buttons and do that. But we're not going to. This is a, I mean, textbook. This is trucking 101 back up here. Because there's plenty of space. So we should be able to just straighten her out here and Back it right in there. Okay, let's not hit that. Need to go out that way a little bit so I don't hit this skid steer. Okay. I overturned that, that's why I did that. Okay, we're just gonna pop out here and do it this way. Yeah, see, I already screwed it up. The physics in this game are kind of weird sometimes. But we got it. So we're gonna pull our brake. Okay, now watch when we decouple here. You're gonna see the legs of the trailer go down, and the airlines disappear. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. First load complete. So added another thousand to the bank. And now we're introduced to our headquarters in Tucson, Arizona. I'm starting from humble beginnings, folks, but you gotta start somewhere. All right, that's enough of that. Yes, it is a pretty basic garage, but it is a start. You are correct. Oh, now it's just trolling me. Thanks, appreciate it. All right, so we have 2,500 in the bank. Progress on the road to 5 million. I know this probably wasn't the most exciting video to watch, but I felt it was important to get the basics out there, especially for people who have never played a PC game before. That said, if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments, or if you even want clarification on something I said or possibly didn't say, let me know down in the comments and I'll do my best to answer those and follow up. Also, don't forget to let me know in the comments whether or not I should be able to take loans during this series. And again, if you've made it this far, thank you for watching. I truly appreciate it. Take care. Bye.